Hey, Demarcus, how are you doing today?
What's happening, Jared? Allow me to take a seat.
Uh-oh. Guess he's gonna get serious now.
Mm-hmm.
Why's your, oh yeah, you got that little power desk. You gotta make up your bed.
You ain't got to worry about my bed.
Ooh, I mean, this is on the internet for the whole world to see. You gotta
They
be,
ain't got to worry about it either.
oh wow.
Ain't nobody listening to this show sleeping in my bed. And if
Why
they
don't you,
in, they know exactly what's up.
why don't you have a headboard?
I do have a headboard.
No, you don't. I'm looking at your bed. I just see pillows.
I do have a headboard.
You don't have no four posts. You don't have anything. It's just a
I don't like that.
mattress.
I don't like the posts. That's why I ain't got those.
Demarcus, it's just a mattress on some boxes, some
Wow.
Amazon boxes. That's all you got,
So
bro.
you get a haircut and you just start talking shit. Is that what's going on now?
You notice? Are
Yeah,
you
you know, you looking
jealous?
like a booger wolf for the past few weeks. Yeah.
You know, it's so funny how like after I get a haircut, you always say something about the state of my previous hair. But while I am in that state, you don't say anything.
Cause Jared, you know, you my friend and I respect you. And I know if it was something you could fix in 5 minutes, you would. You can't get a haircut in 5 minutes while we on air.
But Demarcus,
Why even bring that up?
but because Demarcus, I would do that for you.
So you would trash me on air. Well, you know what you just did. Jared, I think this illustrates the difference between you and I. How we see our friendship, what we think being a friend is.
Being a friend is telling somebody, hey, you're not looking your best right now. You should probably, think about moving towards the steps to make yourself better.
Being a friend is calling someone in and not calling them out.
And I'm calling you in and out
No,
because
you're calling me out
because
only.
you need
Calling me
no.
out only.
Okay, but you never called me in because you never sent me no text, you never sent me no message, you never
Jared, I
sent me
know
no
you, and I know you're
DM.
gonna take care of it. I ain't gotta say nothing to you because I know you're gonna take care of it. I know you, my friend. I know you as my friend,
Okay,
and I know that's
well,
not your norm. I'm like, oh, he gonna take care of that as soon as he's able. I ain't gotta say
so
nothing to
so
him.
you were content with letting me be on the internet with no type of haircut, looking as you said, a boo-boo wolf.
I said booger wolf.
Okay. So you were content with that.
You was, so why wouldn't
All
why
right.
wouldn't
Well,
I
some friend. I am not content with your bed looking like a
be?
whodunit mystery
You ain't
unless
gotta
I
be
said
good. You ain't gotta
something.
feel no kind of way about my bed.
But Demarcus, your bed looking like a trash heap on the internet with my face right next to it is not good for either one
Your
of
face is
us.
not next to my bed.
My face is like 7 inches away.
No, it's not. These are not side by side things on the internet. It flipped. I done seen the videos.
Oh, so it's over here. So Demarcus, all I'm saying
Not what I
is
meant, but okay.
so Demarcus, all I'm saying is that I don't know. We need to look at each other's appearance, and if something's wrong, we both need to say it to each other.
Mm, I don't think so. I
Oh
disagree
my
with you.
God. So you want me to be like, okay, Demarcus is looking like a horrible human and not even say nothing. That's what you would rather me do?
I want you to stand beside me, wrong or right.
I'm never gonna do that. When you are wrong, I'm calling you in and out
Mm,
every single time. Every single time. And who
mm.
said that? Who said that stupid behind for saying? I will
You
never
know.
call you in, but I'll always call you out. That's so dumb, Demarcus.
Wait, who said that? I didn't say that.
Whatever you just said about calling in and calling out.
Because you're supposed to call folks in, not call them out.
And where'd you get that from?
I don't know. I think my therapist told me that.
Oh my God. Well, time to get a new one because that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my
Mm.
whole entire life.
Time for you to try a real therapist.
Mm-mm.
It sound like
I've been down that road.
no, you haven't. You tried some Atlanta prescribed city council therapists.
No, I did not try. I was told to go to the therapy department and I was given an intern. So, I told
That
this story a
that's a
couple
whole
times
that's a whole
before.
lot of words for I tried it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I did try it.
That's
I
a whole
wasn't
lot of
happy.
words.
I wasn't happy. But I've told you
But
this
you didn't
story.
try a real therapist.
No, Marcus, what's a real therapist?
A real therapist got their credentials, and it's not just the
So
intern.
nobody in the therapy department had their credentials in the city of Atlanta.
Not the one they gave you, apparently.
Well, no, the one that gave me did it, and
Okay, then.
mm, well, I was turned off by the whole experience, but
What are
we've
we?
already had this discussion.
What are we going back and forth about?
We're going back and forth because
Because you just like to go back and forth.
I don't like to go back and forth.
You
You
like
brought it
drama.
up. You brought it up.
You like drama.
I- Excuse me? I like drama. Where did that come from?
Your life.
What about my life is dramatic?
Jared,
What about my life is dramatic, DeMarcus? Answer me right now.
can we start this episode, please?
The episode has started, honey boo
Is
boo
it?
the fool.
Is it? Because
Yes.
can we get past this part, whatever this
No,
is?
because
This
I want to know.
cold open.
I want to know what part of my life is dramatic.
You tell me, Jared.
I'm asking you a question. Can I not get the answer? Because you
You
don't have
already
an
know the
answer.
answer. You
And the
already know
answer
the answer.
and the answer is
And I'm not gonna call you out on air. I'll call you in later.
okay, let me write that down because usually when you say you're going to tell me something, you don't. Because you still didn't tell me how I was well, that was a Patreon thing, so
So that was on air too, huh?
it wasn't, but you still did not tell me how um DeMarcus and Gordon were mad at me.
I'm DeMarcus. What are you talking about?
Not DeMarcus, Lorenzo.
Hmm.
How
How the job been?
am
You've been there
I
for like a week, yeah?
child this job? So you're right. I've been there for a week. I didn't text you
Hmm.
because you never respond to my text. Um,
For the
and
last text you sent me, I was like, I'm not responding to that.
why not?
Because I was like, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you.
What did I send you?
Mm, something about the Hobbit movies.
Oh, how
Yeah.
how
I felt like we was at the end of that conversation. I didn't need to say, nothing else needed to be said.
no, because you said watch Shangri-La Frontier and I did, and you would not watch The Coffee Table like I asked you to. Have you watched it yet?
Watch what?
The Coffee Table.
No, I haven't, and I'm not going to.
I did ask you to watch the whole thing. I said the first 15 minutes,
I know.
and you're still not going
Yeah, I
to.
told you I didn't want to
But
see that from the
okay,
beginning.
but when you asked me to watch Shangri-La Frontier, I did. When you
But you
asked
was
me to
curious about
watch,
Shangri-La
no, I
Frontier.
was not curious about it. I did not want to watch it. When you asked me to watch that little show on Amazon about the battle and the tournament, the anime show, I was like, okay, I'll watch
Mama,
it. Yes. And I did. When you asked me to watch The Hobbit, and I did. And I've
I didn't
never
ask you to
asked,
watch The Hobbit.
yes, you
No, I
did.
didn't. You decided to
DeMarcus,
watch The Hobbit on your own because you wanted to
bec-
be able to talk about it.
DeMarcus, that was your topic, and
That was
I
Larante's
had to be
topic.
informed. I haven't seen The Hobbit in
That was
over a
Larante's topic.
decade. That was,
That was Larante's topic.
Laurence isn't even on this show, so you
Anymore.
blaming him for,
Anymore. But that was his topic because he was the Lord of the Rings man.
well, it's still your fault. I'm blaming you.
Yeah.
But in essence, what I'm trying to say is that you asked me to do all these things, and I'm like, okay, sure. And I'm a friend, and I'm like, okay, sure. And I asked you to do one little thing, 15 minutes of your day. and you still haven't done it. In fact, you told me you won't do it. So you're asking me at the beginning of this episode, that's what our friendship is like, and that's the dynamics of our friendship. You're right. That is the dynamics of our friendship.
And
Because
Jared, this
I
is
do
this
no,
is
don't cut
you.
me off. Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. And I and I will go out of my
Don't cut me out.
way
Cut
to
me out.
make you happy and spend time doing the things you want me to do. And you will outright tell me I'm not going to do something that you want me to do, even though, Jared, you never asked me to do anything. You asked me to watch a 3 hour, 3 movie marathon, The Hobbit, and it was the worst movie of my life. And I watched them all, and I did not complain.
You did
I mean,
complain.
yes, I did complain about the movie, but I did not complain about the experience of watching it for
Yes,
myself.
you did.
Not of watching it
You
for my
complained about
friend,
everything.
but I did it,
This
Demarcus. That's what I'm
and this
trying to
and this
say.
right here, Jared, is an example of you choosing drama. Because I asked you how's the job, and you said, "Oh, this job, honey," and then you went into this whole thing, this whole like tangent.
Because
Unrelated.
you said something. No, you said something
So,
about
Jared, I'm saying something else.
something.
Tell us about the job,
No,
Jared.
because I'm on this topic now. I'm not gonna keep
Jared, switch
because when
topics.
you look, when you listen to podcasts, it's always me talking about something and then you saying, I don't want to talk about that right now. But I'm in the middle of this topic. My
We
thought,
was in the middle of the other topic.
but now I'm in the middle of this topic because my thought train is right here, right now. I want to
Mm,
know the reason why you won't spend 15 minutes doing something I want to do. Something I want you to do. Something I want you to experience and talk about with me.
excuse me.
Why is that such a difficult and hard thing? When you,
It's not difficult
I
at
did
home.
ask you to watch Married to Medicine. I did ask you to watch the Beyonce films. I did ask you to do anything. I asked you to watch
You did say I
15
should watch the
minutes.
Beyonce stuff.
DeMarcus, I said that you should watch Homecoming, and I thought that you would because you went to
I've
a
already seen
HBCU.
Homecoming.
Okay, so then you already did that.
But I had seen Homecoming before you even said anything to me about it.
Okay, so then why is it such a problem when I ask you to do something and that you don't do it?
Jared, you not my dad. So
I'm
just
not
because you
asking to be
asked
your
me to
dad.
do
I'm
something,
asking to
let
be
me
your
land.
friend.
Let me finish. Don't interrupt me. So just because you asked me to do something don't mean I gotta do it. And if I very clearly tell you, hey, I don't want to do that, as a friend, you should accept that boundary. You should be like, okay, cool, no problem. Moving on.
No, but as a friend, you should be like, Jared's only asking me to do 15 minutes of something, and Jared is he doesn't ask me to do much.
Jerry, you asked me to do hella shit.
Like what? Name one.
I'm not doing this with you.
No, just name one.
Mm-mm. I'm
Just
not.
name one.
I'm not. I'm not doing this with you.
I mean, I would like to know one thing that I've asked you to do in the
You
past two
asked me to get this
years
damn ring light.
so that we could have this podcast
No, no,
together.
no, no. This is not about the reason you asked me to do something. This is about you asking me. You say you don't ask me to do nothing. You asked me to do plenty of shit. This is one example.
Marcus, no, I didn't
Period.
ask you to do that.
Period.
I told you to do that. If
No,
we
no, no,
were
no, 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 no,
no,
no.
if
You
we were
asked me to
going to
do
be
that.
on video, if we were
You
going to be on
asked me to do
video,
that.
I told you to do
But you
that
don't tell
because
me to do
we
nothing.
weren't going to be on video without you having that. So that was a not
But
as
we
I was a
definitely did have
plan.
video before I had the ring light.
Demarcus, we were in a well lit place with lights. Okay, Demarcus, but again, you're getting off topic.
You getting off topic.
No, you're getting off topic. Um, I just want to know.
I'm gonna have to start smoking weed for this show.
So I guess that my last week's question is yes, I'm gonna have to ask you every week if you've seen the coffee table now.
No, you
Because
don't have to ask me
obviously,
every week because it's gonna be no.
okay. And obviously that's what our friendship is. You are not going to spend 15 minutes of your life doing
You
something
know,
that I asked you to do.
it's real funny
Hmm.
because if I was Gordon and I was like, no, I'm not doing it, That would be the end of this conversation. You might have one more extra comment, but that would be the end of it.
Mm-mm.
You don't treat Gordon like this.
Because Gordon, and you know what the mark is? I hate how you compare yourself to my other friends. Because me and my other friends don't have the relationship that me and you have.
Mm.
But Gordon, if I asked Gordon to do something, Gordon would do it. Unless Gordon could not do it.
Unless Gordon didn't want to do it, and he would just say, "Nah, I'm not doing that."
What did I ask Gordon to do?
I don't know.
Exactly. I've never asked Gordon.
But when Gordon be like, "No," when we be in our little group chat, and Gordon be like, "No," that'd be the end of it. And then you come to me like, "Hey, Demarcus, can you ask Gordon to do the thing?"
When have I ever done that?
mm,
I've never asked Gordon to do something. He said no, didn't ask you to do anything. One thing
mm,
I did ask you to do was to ask LaRonta to come on the show,
mm,
and that was it.
mm. Okay.
But I've never like the mommy and daddy thing. If mommy says no to ask daddy, no.
Mm. Okay.
So
Okay.
that is not fair for you to say that I did not do
Jared,
that.
tell us about your job, bro.
But let me just write that down too. About the coffee table. Make sure I ask you every week. Okay. All right. So this job and this pen is not where I don't know where my pen is that I write stuff with. Okay. So the job.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Tuesday of last week, well, this past week, because we recorded on Tuesday, I got this
Mm-hmm.
job.
Mm-hmm.
I signed everything.
Mm. Because you hadn't
Um,
signed the stuff on Tuesday when we
no, I
talked.
didn't sign everything. Let me go back.
Okay.
I signed my paperwork to get paid. So
No
they have
NDAs,
no
no employee
NDAs,
handbook.
no handbook, no nothing.
hmm
So I go back the rest of the week. I'm meeting everybody. Just meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting after meeting. What you doing? What you
hmm
looking at? Your dick?
No.
Oh. After meeting after meeting after meeting. Thursday evening after 5, I get emails and team meetings like, we need to put something on the schedule right now, blah, blah, blah.
hmm
It's very important. I'm like, okay, so I might get fired. Friday morning, I reply with, I'm available now. Sorry, I didn't get your messages.
mm
Um, so Friday morning, we hopped on into
hmm
a call um, with the HR person, and
Oh.
she was like, I've been talking to everybody that you've been in meetings with, and they were just like, you've been asking a lot of questions.
hmm
Everybody was very pleased with your attitude, and we really think that the things that you're doing here could be beneficial to the company.
hmm
And I have had lots of um, meetings where they're like scheduled for 30 minutes, they last an hour and five.
hmm
Because I was like asking questions like, okay, so how are you doing this? So what are
hmm
your analytics? How are you checking these? And
hmm
like it was like the technical teams were doing content and
mm
the SEO teams were giving the content teams. I was like, okay, so wait. So I was like going, wait, go back. And then of course, again, like I said, it's hard to understand sometimes because they have these accents. Um,
Because they're all over the world,
yeah,
right?
they're all over the world. They're all, oh my God. And like they work hard. They really do work hard, but it's just hard for you to understand. I have to be on the closed captions.
Mm.
So anyway, the HR lady was like, so yeah, um a lot of your meetings have gone over. You're asking a lot of questions, and the team has been pleased with what you're doing. So we would like to um upgrade you to
hmm
a marketing director.
Mm.
Like, okay, so what does that mean?
Mm.
Because yeah, I'm like, is this
Okay,
because I was
it's like okay, but
yeah, I'm like, is this a scam?
right. Okay, but why?
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
It's been a
So
week.
It hasn't been a week. It's been Tuesday through Friday morning, through like Thursday afternoon. She was texting me.
Fair enough. It's like so it's barely been a week.
Hmm.
And like
And the
and
other
just from
person,
asking questions alone, they like, oh, we need to promote this man.
yeah,
Or
and
at least so would you be like full time at that point then? Salaried?
I don't. Just let me keep telling my story.
Go ahead. Tell your story.
So, and the
Soapbox is
person
yours, brother.
that I started with, because I started with this other person who started a week before me,
Mm-hmm.
he he seems over it because he's there and
What do you mean he's there?
in New York,
Oh, okay.
like in office.
Ah.
And I was trying to talk to him. I was like, "Hey, we have a meeting today, and they're asking for you." He was like, those meetings don't serve me." I was like, "Oh, okay." So apparently, he has been downgraded to social
Demoted.
media, and I even upgraded. So
Promoted.
yeah, promoted. But yeah. So I was asking all these questions like, okay, what does that mean? Who is that? And then, oh, he is always in the CEO's ear.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't met the CEO yet,
Mm-hmm.
but he sends us all these emails. No, he doesn't mean emails. He sends other team members emails, and they're all capitalized and we need to do this, we need to do that. I'm like, why is he yelling at y'all? And y'all are so, and then like the response is like, okay, we're gonna do it. I'm like, no, he can't yell at y'all like that. What's
Mm-hmm.
going on with that? So anyway,
The CEO can't yell at them.
yeah,
Okay.
they're people.
Just make oh hey, I'm just making sure I got the story right, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, he has been doing that. My compatriot has been downgraded and they offered me this new position. So I'm like, okay. So I'm waiting on her to tell me what the pay is. She doesn't. So a few hours pass and I'm thinking about it. So I send her this message. And I'm like, can I get some more pay? Because I'm having these other responsibilities. She's like,
Mm-hmm.
I just talked to the CEO about that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, okay.
How are you prepared to offer me a promotion, but not prepared to offer me a raise to go along with this promotion? Like,
So
what are the details at?
so I she was like, oh, how much are you asking for? And I just said the standard 25 to 30% for upgrade from manager to director, which
Mm.
still, from what they were initially giving me, isn't a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So like, so there's like,
But it sounds like it's a small company, even though it's worldwide.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But really, from what I was getting hourly,
Mm-hmm.
the pay raise is just $5 or $10. So
Mm-hmm.
it's still not a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, she was like, okay, I have to talk to him. And then
Mm-hmm.
nothing else with that. Then that afternoon, I'm getting all these contracts to sign. I'm like, wait a second.
Wait. So these are contracts other
These
than
are,
the initial ones.
yeah, these not my contracts. These are contract agreements between the client and the company that I have to sign as a witness.
Mm.
I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know nothing about this. And then they asked to use my Facebook ads account because, they're all
Facebook
over.
ads.
Yeah,
Like your personal Facebook ads account?
yeah.
No,
Because
absolutely not. I
because
can make one for the company, sure, but I'm
well,
not.
you
Y'all can't
can't.
use mine.
You can't make one for the company because what
Why not?
happens is they're all overseas. So to do
Mm-hmm.
ads in America is like restricted. And Facebook does not allow you to have a Facebook ads account to just do Facebook ads if you set up a new account or it's like heavily restricted or something. I've had my Facebook ads account for years.
Mm-hmm.
My number is solid. I've been running ads,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm good. So they're like, can we use it? I'm like, No, because um, from what I know, I'm still only supposed to be for. I'm still on this test one for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen my job description yet. I don't know my official duties,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't think it's a wise decision for me or the company to have access to their credit card and do whatever I want
Mm.
with it. Like I could be writing all these ads for Black Geek Energy, and
Mm-hmm.
they're not even thinking about that. And then I have a lot of other people on my Facebook ads account, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want all this stuff to be mixed. So, and then he was like, "Well, wouldn't it help the company see that you're serious about being here and
I'll be
uh
like, I don't even think the company's serious about me being here yet.
I was like, no, I think that at some point I have to start protecting myself. And I have to say that this is not the right move for me unless
Mm-hmm.
further discussions
Mm.
are involved.
Yeah.
And this is like a whole nother branding person I was talking to. So
Mm-hmm.
then the HR lady came back and emailed me on Saturday because
Ain't she
I
supposed to be on?
so apparently apparently they have meetings with it's the worldwide team. Apparently they
Mm.
have meetings with the CEO every Saturday morning at 8 o'clock a.m.
Shut the front door.
I was like, oh no. Oh no. I'm glad I didn't get invited to that, but after that meeting, I get a tease meeting from the guy who asked me to do that. And he was asking me again. And then later that day, I got another me from the HR lady asking me to do that.
Mm.
So I'm gonna have to,
So they done asked you like 3 times to use your personal Facebook ads account.
yeah, they're saying that they had to suspend that. I'm like, so what were y'all doing before?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I am not. I'm gonna email her at 8 o'clock and said this is what I told the Nigerian person.
Mm.
And yes, but yeah, that
Mm.
is my job woes.
Whew. And you ain't even got paid yet, huh? Is it one of those you got to put like 2 weeks in the hole before you get your first paycheck?
It better not be, because I'm not doing all this work for free.
Ooh, Jared.
But actually, I don't know. I haven't seen any type of. I haven't signed a contract yet.
Mm. A contract? Oh, you haven't signed a contract to get paid yet? I already
All
said
that
you
I,
signed that stuff.
all that I done. She sent me a website for. It was a real ADP website,
Mm-hmm.
and it was
Because you checked up on that one. You double
yeah,
checked it.
yeah. She sent that immediately,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't signed like a as she said, an NDA, a contract, no type of paperwork after
Mm-hmm.
that. And I don't even
Like,
think that
like, do you even know
payroll,
how much you're supposed to be getting paid?
huh?
Do you know how much you're supposed to be getting paid?
Yeah, that's how I was
Oh.
able to ask for my pay increase.
Mm.
So so yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I
it does seem scammy or at the very least illegal.
don't know. Yeah, it does. It does. But
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, who knows? I'm just going to roll with the punches,
Mm-hmm.
see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I get paid in the next 2 or 3 weeks, and
Yeah, we hoping for you here at Black Geek Energy.
yeah,
Everything's back up and running.
okay.
Um, but yeah,
So
damn, Jared, this is a very interesting. I can't wait for the next installment.
me neither. But anyway, and then of course, this
Mm-hmm.
week has been like so much anxiety. Actually getting to that position.
Mm-hmm.
Monday night telling me to get telling me that I had a 9 a.m. meeting and just all of the things that happened, just the unsurety of what was
Mm-hmm.
happening the whole week. So my sleeping has been horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I take my NyQuil and my Z-Quil pills and my drinking my sleepy time tea, I haven't been going to
Mm-hmm.
sleep, but I've been feeling tired. So yeah, it's just been a lot on me. Like I don't feel like anxious. I'm like, okay, this is this may be another job. I'm still applying for jobs, and I'm not sure. And
Of
they
course,
could,
you
and
have to.
yeah, and they could let me go
Sorry.
at any minute. But so I'm
Mm-hmm.
still
Mm-hmm.
applying for jobs, and but it's just the uncertainty of what actually is actually happening that's making me like,
Mm-hmm.
okay. But yesterday I did play D&D. It was like a full campaign. It was just a battle royale. Um, in the gay group that I'm in, and
Okay.
that was real fun. I played it with Will actually.
Will Wanzer the third?
Hmm.
Huh. I could see Will being into D&D.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We were never close.
Why not?
Well, he was trying to join the section at that one point, and he, he didn't really mesh with the folks who were currently in the section, so we dropped him. And after that, he found his crew in the band, and it just did not, and we just didn't overlap again.
So he's not Slide Force.
Mm-mm.
What do you mean didn't mesh?
Mm, he, was Will one of the folks that was telling? It's been a long time, and so I can't remember exactly what was going on, but I do remember when Will was joined the band. It was Will. It was another guy another guy whose name was also William, but he went by Bill instead of. I don't know if you remember Bill. And then there was Keith. All three of them was online at the same time. Um, and Will was the one that was just crying a lot, man. Just like complaining all the time. Um, just like, oh, this is not fair. This is too hard. This, that, and the other. Um, and I can't remember if it just culminated in him like telling on us, like, oh, they're doing this to us like after hours, et cetera, or what. But something happened, and we was like, all right, he's out. And then Bill transferred schools. Uh, so we were only left with Keith.
Well, um, it just seems like y'all are being transphobic, and yeah.
Really? Because I don't think I would say no. Um and I would say no because Will wasn't out as trans at that point in time. So there's no way we could, I mean, we and I don't even think he was out. I don't know what gender he's attracted to be honest with you. Um But we assumed he liked men, but even with that assumption, he had not said like, "Oh yeah, I like guys." So we didn't know none of that.
But y'all are already assuming that he
Sure, and that wasn't our issue because there were other folks in the section who liked men. So that was
like
never.
who?
I can't be telling everybody business on this podcast. Um.
Who else is in the section? I don't even remember who is in
Yep.
it.
Yep. See, you don't even remember. Anyway. Um. But the point is, like, that was never our issue. Our issue was that he was a bit of a whiny bitch.
Don't call him that.
Okay. He was very whiny.
Well, Demarcus, see, that's its problem. You were just a sophomore bringing in a freshman. Of course they're going to be whiny.
We weren't whiny.
Yes, y'all. Demarcus, shut up your freaking
Like
line. Yes, y'all
me,
were.
me,
Yes, y'all
JP, and
were.
Ariel were not whiny.
Yes, y'all were.
No, we were not.
Yes, y'all were.
Like Ariel might have complained to us a
Mm-mm.
lot, but she didn't complain to the folks that were bringing us
No,
in.
and Demarcus, I don't know nothing about Ariel and JP. I know about you. I know about how you used to whine. You
I didn't used to whine a
yourself.
lot.
Yes, you.
Mm-mm.
So you were going to sit here on this podcast and lie to me when I was there every step of the way.
And say what?
When I was there every step of the way, listen to your fuss. I
I didn't
remember
fuss a
you
lot.
in my house had to stop the whole meeting, and Justin was there,
I remember that. Like, yeah, like that happened. But
and I had to
because
take you to Taco Bell.
that happened because, if I'm the only one and everybody's going in this meeting, I'm the only person there, it feels a little,
All I'm saying is
feels a
that,
little overwhelming. Sounds a little bit overwhelming.
all I'm saying is that,
But I definitely wasn't like whining about it. I definitely wasn't like, oh, y'all, I can't do it. I'm not gonna make it. I think there was like one time I was like, I don't think I can do this, y'all. There was only one, and then I wasn't whining. I was just like, hey, look, legit, I don't think this is for me no more because we've been doing this for a couple of months now, and I'm at my breaking point.
yeah, well, just to
But
let
nah,
you,
definitely
well,
wasn't whiny. But it was definitely some times where like, my physicality could not keep up with the demands of 8 people.
it wasn't no 8 people, it was all six. Six was
Oh, give or take a few.
But Demarcus, I don't know. It wasn't, well, it was that bad. And that one really did make me rethink the whole process because I don't know. When I was
I
at
just think that go ahead, I'm sorry.
when I was, with the board, I was like, no, we got to change a lot of this stuff,
I
actually.
I think that I don't think that the process needed to be changed necessarily. I think
It
that
was.
it
It
was
was
changed.
because of you.
I mean, okay, okay, sure. Um, I do not think that the process needed to be changed. I just think that the process did not have it did not have a version that was suitable to one person, one initiate.
Should there, and there still isn't, but should there be a version that is suitable for one person? Like, no,
Yeah.
everybody used to go through the same thing, right?
I mean, yes, but I feel like, but at least from my experience, having gone through the process as the only initiate, um, you can't have 8 people, give or take a couple.
Oh yeah, that's but that needs to be changed across the board.
And so, like,
And it was.
okay. And so, like, when there's 3 people, when there's 3 initiates, and then 8 other people in this meeting, oh, it's fine because it's very, the attention is very divided. You know, people have their favorites, etc., etc. Um, yeah.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, because even in the following years where when I was on the board, what I'm saying, like there would definitely be like a lot of people there, but because we always had more than one initiate, it was never overwhelming for any one person.
This is the part where we shout out to our sponsor, Movie Pass. Like
Oh, is this the part after we talk about? Okay, all right. I didn't know those things. I didn't know those two things hung so close together. But hey, who knows?
yeah, and just like going through processes, I would like to put you on to some movie sponsored by Movie Pass. DeMarcus, can you tell our listeners about the wonderful service known as Movie Pass?
Um, I guess I can. MoviePass is a subscription-based service designed really to make movie going more affordable and accessible for everyone. People like you, me, Jared, your mama, your sister. When you get your subscription, you're going to be able to see a number of movies per month based on your subscription tier and how you use your credits. Each month, you pay your money, you get your movie credits. You can log into the MoviePass app, go ahead and buy your, unlock your MoviePass card, use that card, which is operates just like a MasterCard, to purchase your movie tickets and go see your movie. No muss, no fuss.
Okay. Okay. Well, seems like the best deal around.
It is. It is because I mean it pays for itself after like you know when I had the lowest tier and this was a few years ago at this point. It was like $10 a month, I think.
Wow.
Yeah,
And you
cheap,
go to
right?
movies all the time.
And I was going to the movies like, 2 or 3 times a month off that
Mm-hmm.
$10.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, granted, a few years ago, some movie tickets were like $15 a pop instead of 20, but I used it one time and it was paying for itself.
Wow. All right, so this time on the Put You On segment, I'm going to put you all on to this amazing podcast that's been on the airways for a couple of years now. This podcast is called The Read. It features Kid Fury and Crystal. They have actually done tours together. They just celebrated their 10 years, like this year or last year. And yeah, they had a TV show from their podcast. They it's really, 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 really good. Their format is they um go over some uh highlights in some black people spotlights. Then they go over the greatest thing in pop culture that's happened that week. And they do some question and answer segments from the audience that can range from video game debates to
Mm-hmm.
relationship to pet issues. Then, of course, comes the read, which is what it's known for, where it's like a grind your gears segment where
Mm-hmm.
they just talk about something that week that really grinds their gears and, makes them upset. So, yes, the read podcast is one of my favorite podcasts. I stop everything that I'm doing and I listen to it by two queer um, hosts. I think that the market's heard me talking about the read or something, but I definitely want to, let y'all know what's going on. And the read is the podcast that I use that lets me know what I'm doing on it. And it's so fun to like listen to, one of the hosts discover video games through the other host. She picked up Zelda because the other host, and she
Okay.
actually found all the Korak seeds, and she has gone on to play a whole heap of other games. So yeah, the Read podcast.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
The Read.
yeah. You never heard the Read?
I've heard of The Read, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever listened to it.
yeah.
But
Makes sense.
if I could put everybody onto something, I've been watching a great little animation for kids on Netflix lately called Wolf King.
Wolf
It is
King.
Wolf King, yeah. It is about this boy who discovers that he is a were person. He is a werewolf specifically. And this um, the world he lives in is inhabited by people who are not were people and people who are also were people, and they are called were lords because they come from like the old ruling families of this land that they're in. So, but it's sort of like a coming of age, redemption or reclamation story. The country that he lives in has been taken over by some by like the lion were people, and they're not supposed to be in control. And so it's about him discovering that he is a were person, learning how to control the beast inside, and coming to realize his destiny is like, hey, look, man, you are supposed to be the king, and you gotta take back the country and learn how to be a ruler.
Take
Uh,
back the country.
take back the country, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
And so, it's a kid show. So, it could be I find when I'm watching it, I find myself being like, this scene could be a lot better. Like they could do this a little bit better. And when I say better, I mean they could just make it more adult. It's a kid show, and they're doing it really well for children, as far as children are concerned. Um,
Wow.
But it's good. It's a good little animation. I'm enjoying it. Wolf King.
Yeah. So, do you share your Netflix account with anybody?
Yeah.
Mm,
hmm I have a family account, so
wow.
I guess it's more accurate to say someone shares their account with me.
Oh,
hmm
wow.
Yup, yup, yup.
Okay. Well, I hope that you're happy with that.
I was trying to find out if Stacy Spikes was Greek, but I have not been able to find that information.
Oh my God, that's another thing that I've been anxious about is that so Stacy Spikes, we've been talking to get him on the podcast, a little behind the scenes, a little behind
Mm,
the scenes tidbit for you guys.
mm,
Stacy Spikes, we've been talking with him to get on the podcast, and he actually put me because he's a very hard man. We're
mm.
trying this for weeks. So he actually put me
What do you
in,
mean he's a hard man? He's hard to get in contact with,
yeah, he's
hard to
hard to get in
talk to.
contact with. Yeah.
Okay, 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 okay.
So he
Hard man.
emailed me back and had to, what'd you think I mean?
I thought he was mean. He was like he's a hard man. I'm like, oh,
No,
is he a dick?
no, he's
Like,
really nice. But he put me in contact with his executive assistant, who's
hmm
even harder to get in contact with. I'm like,
mm.
girl,
Your whole job is for people to get in contact with you so that they can get in contact with.
with him. Yes, I've been talking to him and sending her follow-up messages for weeks now because I wanted him to be on this episode because it's our 100th.
Mm.
But I can't get in contact. She won't respond to me. I'm like, what the is happening? So yeah, he hopefully I can get him soon. That would be a lovely, lovely, lovely conversation.
That would be a great episode.
Well,
They
yeah,
they
Demarcus. So
they sponsor us. We get to talk to them. We
yeah,
can like plug you in for a job over there. Yeah.
a real one.
I'm about to say because wasn't you interviewing with MoviePass at one point?
No, I put in applications though.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. All
Cool.
right, Demarcus, do you have an activity for us to die?
I didn't think we did activities on the Let's Chat episodes.
We we have in the past done how well do you know me activities.
Mm,
But if you don't, I actually have
mm.
one prepared.
Oh, do you? Well, Jerry, lay it on us, brother.
Well, this was prepared for the Patreon, but I
Mm,
have um, just a quick game, and I actually want to share my screen. Give me one.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I actually want to share my
Sharing
screen.
the screen.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Oops, no, not the BGE. Not the BGE Chrome because BGE Chrome is not oops,
While
not
you
that.
pull this up, I have a question.
Okay.
You have a Crunchyroll account, yes
No.
or no? Oh
Oh
no, never
no.
mind. You wouldn't know.
DeMarcus, I'm broke.
My bad.
What's the question?
So Crunchyroll has like a watch list where it's just like a list of things that you watch, and you can add things to your watch list.
Hmm.
This watch list is different from your Crunchy list, which is where you can make collections of anime yourself. You can just like create new Crunchy list, or create new lists, call it what you want, add whatever you want to it, delete, whatever you want. Um, and on um on desktop, and I maybe even on mobile. Let me double check just to be sure. Um, Definitely on desktop though. You can access your Crunchy list. You have access to your Crunchy list. Uh, on mobile, you have access to your Crunchy lists. But if you watch it on like a streaming service, like if you're on like Roku or like on your TV watching it through your PlayStation, you do not have access to your Crunchy list, and it irks me. And I was gonna ask you, have you experienced this? Do you know what's going on? But neither here nor there, since you.
Yeah, no, I don't really um do that. Okay, Demarcus. Because I don't really
Mm-hmm.
use those lists.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Demarcus. So what you see on the screen is a 60-second timer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some topics, ranging from comic books to pop
Hmm.
culture to 90s memorabilia. It's a whole bunch of different
You
topics.
said 90s what?
Memorabilia.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
So
90s river band. I'm like, what does that mean?
so I'm going to ask you, I have a list of 20 of these questions. And this was taken from the read. So
Hmm.
I have a list of 20 different nouns, and I'm going to give you 60 seconds to describe these nouns to some aliens because they've never heard it before
Uh-huh.
and they're just asking about what this stuff is. So I'm asking you to describe these nouns to some aliens.
Okay. All right.
All right?
Am I going to see the words on screen or are you just going to tell me the words?
Now I'm going to tell you the words and then I'm going to press start on
All
the
right.
thing. Okay?
And I have 60 seconds per word
Yeah, 60 seconds per noun.
per noun. All right. How many nouns in all?
Well, I have 20, but we'll see how much we get to.
Okay, let's ride. Let's ride.
Okay. So the first noun is big bad Beetleborgs. Go.
Okay, wait. I have a question. Am I am I supposed to describe the show or the actual person, the actual big bag Beetleborg in the show? The
You
character.
decide that.
Okay, cool.
Go.
Ready. So a big bag Beetleborg is a superhero who is bug themed. If if you've been studying your Earth classes, you know what a bug is. Um, and so we're talking like Hercules beetles, rhinoceros beetles, ladybugs, and yeah, it is a superhero who is bug themed. That is what a big bag Beetleborg is. No, that's it. That's all. I got 30 extra seconds for the next one.
Okay. Well, you reset the clock every time, but that is not the premise of the big bad Beetleborgs.
I described the character, the big bad Beetleborg.
No.
What are you talking about?
Big Bad Beetleborgs was a group of teens, was a show about a group of teens who went
You
to
ain't
a
asked.
hunt.
You said I get to decide whether I'm describing the show or
But you didn't
the
describe
individual character.
anything. Did you watch this show?
Yes.
Okay, so sing the theme song.
I didn't. Hold on now.
Oh my.
This was like 30
Big
years ago at this point.
Bad Beetleborgs. Big Bad Beetleborgs. You don't know this theme song?
I don't know this theme
Like
song.
they were teens that went to a haunted mansion and then a vampire and a mummy and a ghost gave them big bad Beetleborgs powers and then they Power Rangered up to fight other monsters to take it over the world.
Okay, cool. That's like the premise of the show.
But you didn't mention the mecha part of it. You didn't mention the premise of the show. You didn't
They
mention
don't need
that
all
there
that,
was
man.
one
You just gonna
black person.
confuse them.
DeMarcus, they
You gonna
need
confuse
everything.
them.
They're aliens.
You gonna confuse them. You giving them too much. That's too much
And
dip on their
you gave
chest.
them nothing.
I gave them exactly what they needed.
All right. Well, that wasn't good at all. That was not good at all. All right, you ready for the next one?
I am ready for the next one.
All right. The next one is, and you should use the full 60 seconds.
You don't tell me what to do.
Oh my God. Next one is mango sticky rice. Go.
Mm. So I haven't. I feel like I've only had this one time, but mango sticky rice basically is a food. Um, it sounds like it might be a dessert, but I mean, sometimes it is. But it is white rice with, I guess, with mango pieces in it. Like I said, I've only had it once. It's sticky because rice is sticky after you cook it, especially when you Asian and how they cook their rice. It's always sticky. And then if you add the mango in there, the sugar coming out the mango makes it extra sticky. So, um, mango sticky rice are white grains that grow out of the ground, boiled, rinsed, polished, and then boiled with mangoes. which are fruits that that grow off of a tree. Do mangoes grow on trees? And then you peel the mango, chop up the fruit, don't put the seed in. There you go, mango sticky rice.
Oh
Boil it all together.
God. DeMarcus. Oh my God, DeMarcus.
I thought it was gonna be things that are like more common. These are some obscure things.
I mean, it is you know about everything. But you didn't mention the coconut.
I didn't know there was coconut in mango sticky rice.
The coconut milk is the whole that's what makes the mango sticky rice good, or else you were eating sugary rice.
I thought that's what folks wanted from mango sticky rice.
Oh my
Like I
God.
said, I feel like I've only had it one time, and I tried it because somebody else had it.
And you didn't like it?
I don't recall.
All right.
I do not recall.
Okay, Demarcus, your next word is pogs. Describe pogs to aliens.
What?
And here you go. The timer has started.
A pog, a PAWG,
POGS. Your timer started. Go.
POGS. Oh, okay. Whew, okay. I thought we was talking about two completely different things.
45 seconds.
Um, I'm not actually entirely sure. Like pogs, aren't those the little like cylindrical things? And like you can like knock them over and they like sit back up and they got like different cartoon characters on it. Yeah, it's like a little kid's toy. Um, who, Jared? I thought this was I thought this was going BGE after dark. But yeah, Pogs are like little kids' toys, cylindrical, plastic, usually printed with some kind of character on it, and you basically just like knock them around and they sit back up.
So you never played with pogs?
Mm-mm.
So
I
what
didn't.
what did you think I was talking
I
about?
thought you was talking about PAWG. Look it up later. Look it up later.
PAWG. All
Look
right.
in a private window. In a private window.
Okay. I'll have to do that later. Okay.
Exactly. That's what I said. Later.
Next, you have to describe the Hollowell sisters.
Okay.
Timer started.
Okay, but say you ain't gonna say go. But the Hollowell sisters are three witches who are related, obviously, because they're sisters, um, from a show called Charmed. And their whole deal is that they grew up not knowing they were witches, not even knowing that they had sisters, until something happened and their powers started activating. One of them can freeze time, one of them can move shit with her mind, the other one, I think, can read minds. I think the last one, that's what the last one can do. And then there was a fourth Hollowell sister, who was blonde and didn't look like the other ones because the other ones had dark hair and she didn't. Um, yeah. But yeah, three witchy sisters who fight demons, I guess. One of them falls in love with a demon. Um, but yeah, three sister witches. That is what the Hollowell sisters are.
Oh, okay. They knew each other growing up.
Did they?
Yes, didn't they?
No, they didn't.
How did they meet?
I don't remember how they met,
They
but
knew each other growing up.
they did not know each other. Did they?
Yes, didn't
What? Jerry, you can't
they?
be trying to correct me and you don't
I-
know.
Let me see. Did Hollowell? Okay, did the sisters
Hmm.
from Charmed know each other growing up?
Hmm.
No.
Exactly. They didn't
No, no,
know
no.
each
Did
other.
not know their half sister Paige, but they knew each other. Were raised together by their mother, Patty Hollowell. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they didn't know each other. They didn't know Paige. Paige was the blonde one.
Yes,
And she was the
Paige.
half sister. Okay, yeah, because I was like, who the fuck is this bitch?
Yeah, so they
But I
did.
fucked with Paige. Paige came in and she was my favorite instantly. What was Paige's power? Do you remember?
I don't know what Paige's power was, because what was Paige's power in Charmed? Because it was like half white lighter, right?
Orbing. Telekinetic orbing, healing, and the ability to generate an orb shield.
Yeah, it was like half white lighter. So, because
Half
that's who her
white
mama
light.
cheated on her dad with.
An angel.
Yeah,
So she had like the white light powers.
yeah. All right. So your next word is. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Your next word is Yves Saint Laurent.
Yves Saint Laurent.
Timer has started.
All right. Yves Saint Laurent is a brand name and they do everything from like fashion shit, so like clothes to like scents and like colognes and perfumes. I think I don't know if Yves Saint Laurent is one of the ones named after a person or not. I'm not big into fashion myself, Mr. Alien, sir. Or ma'am. Uh but yeah, Yves Saint Laurent is a brand name. It's one of the expensive ones too. It's like it's not cheap. Yeah, and a lot of folks wear it just to show they got money. It's how you stunt on the regular people. Get you some Yves Saint Laurent. That's it.
Ah! All right, with 10 seconds to spare.
Hmm
Um that's crazy. That was the most funny thing you ever said in your whole life.
What what do you
Okay.
mean? Is it not a brand name? Is it not like a brand name that does like fashion and scents and
Yeah,
clothes and
but
perfume?
yes, everything you said in it was correct. No
Okay.
Marcus.
All right.
All right, next we are going to do the next word you have is grinder. Describe grinder to
Wait.
aliens.
Can we clarify?
No, there's
Are we
nothing to
talking about the
clarify.
app or are we talking about the
The
gadget?
app,
Gizmo?
Grindr. There's no E.
Okay, bet. Cool. There you go. Let's go.
Timer's on.
Grind is a fucking app. I was so on Grinder. Grinder's a dating app. No, it's a fucking app. I'm not gonna shit you. Um, Grindr's a fucking app. So if you for gay men specifically, um, or just people who are interested in men, you ain't gotta be gay. You can be bi and be on that joint, I guess. You can be trans. It can be. It's for those interested in sexual intercourse with men, Grindr's the place to be. And they serve dick by the foot, by which I mean they tell you exactly how many feet away this guy is. And a lot of folks they hook up, they see like, oh, he's 50 feet away, send a couple of messages, they meet in the bathroom, get it popping, come back out. Yeah. So you got to swipe left and right to like match with folks, I guess. I ain't really been on there like that. Yeah.
How do you know that it is
Fucking app?
a app that is serves dick by the foot though? Are there any straight apps like that?
Hell no, man. I was talking to my dad about this. I was like, Dad, man, my gay friends on Grinder, they be fucking. And they be like, we'll go out and they be like, oh yeah, just match this dude on Grinder. He right over there. He's 6 feet away. I'm like, how the fuck you do that? Shit, I was like on the even on the most loose straight people dating app, Tinder, like they still tell you like this person is like at least a mile away. You know what I'm saying? They could be standing right next to you. They'd be like, oh, they're a mile away. Um, yeah, and I guess women ain't. I assume that women ain't trying to fuck like that. That's my guess. That's the reason why there's no heterosexual app similar to Grindr.
Okay, Demarcus, let's do um let me see which one do I want to do. Describe describe Legend of Dragoon.
Mm.
Legend of Dragoon.
Okay.
Timer's on.
The Legend of Dragoon is a old video game for the very first PlayStation, PlayStation 1. It came on like 4 discs. And as you reach the end of one disc, it would tell you to put in the next one. But it is about this guy, I don't remember his name, who uh shit, what was his deal? Like his his village gets attacked by the kingdom, like by the kingdom army. He decides like he gonna do something about it. So he finds like this little orb that gives him dragon powers, and lets him like don this dragon armor. And so he starts traveling the world trying to like, save his girlfriend who gets kidnapped by the man. And he meets some people along the way who are also dragoons, by which I mean people who with this little orb who have dragon powers. And they band together to save the world from this evil tyrant.
So what's the legend?
That is the legend. You're playing the legend out.
Oh my God. You didn't even mention the legend. All right. Demarcus, I need you to describe, well, your next noun is Space Jam.
Mm,
Describe Space Jam. Time is
okay.
on.
Space Jam is a movie starring Michael Jordan, if you can believe it, the famous basketball guy, um, and also starring like a bunch of Looney Tunes characters. So the whole premise is that Michael Jordan is a retired basketball player, like he is in real life, but the some like outer space cartoons come to Looney Tune land, and they like, oh, we finna fucking take over. And the Looney Tunes are like, oh shit, we can't have that. So we're gonna challenge y'all to a game of basketball, as Looney Tunes do. And they say whoever can win in the game of basketball gets control of Looney Tune land. And the aliens start stealing the talent from like famous basketball players. So the Looney Tunes like, bet we're gonna get a famous basketball player of our own, i.e. Michael Jordan. And put him on our team. He gonna teach us how to play basketball, and we gonna whoop y'all ass. And that pretty much works out for him.
You didn't. So the outer space guys were the monsters. You didn't remember that?
I did, but I mean, I gotta pick and choose my details.
And then you didn't even mention the music. You didn't mention none of the
Like
good
I have
stuff.
to pick and choose the details here, Jared. Like either I give them a nice overview or I give them like one. Either I just like drill down into something super specific, and they're like, "What?" This
All right. Next I want you to do, this is nine, so
is number 9. All right, let's get to 10, and then we'll.
that's what I said.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, my bad. I didn't hear you say that part.
Yes. Next I want you to do David Haller.
David Holler.
Yeah, David Haller is your next noun.
All
Time
right.
timer's on.
Okay. David Holler is a mutant. He is the son of one of the most famous mutants, Professor Xavier, and someone very much less important, Myra McTaggart. Um, he has a bunch of
Less
different
well.
personalities. So he has that split personality disorder that people sometimes have, which is just like, there are multiple, imagine just multiple souls inside one body. So you got that thing going on. And he has a different mutant ability that goes with each soul that inhabits his singular body. And actually like kind of wrecks his mind because he's like, I don't know who I am most of the time. And thus he goes through a lot of trials and tribulations. His daddy don't love him the way he should. His mama is dead half the time, so he really struggles. He killed the ex before, but that's another story. I'll tell you that one some other time.
Oh my God. Okay. You said that Professor X and Warren McTaggart made
hmm
David Haller. It was her, the mother's name was Gabrielle Haller. And Professor
Mm.
X and Moira's son was Proteus.
Oh, you right, you right,
Yeah.
you right.
All right.
Because
Last but
Gabrielle
not
Gabrielle was the one that was in the hospital, wasn't she?
yes, yes, yes.
Hmm
So last but not least, I want you to explain Black Geek Energy.
Mm.
Black Geek Energy.
Black Geek Energy is a podcast hosted by two friends, Demarcus and Jerry, who attended Hampton University together for a very short time because one of them is a lot older than the other. And it is all about geeky culture and just putting a black spin on it. Just coming from geeky culture from the black perspective. So we talking about anime, comic books, cartoons, um, video games, board games, like the whole shebang, and anything else that you can possibly geek out on. It's very fun to listen to. They often they often bicker and banter with each other. Uh, they don't agree often, so it's a fun ride. It's a fun ride. Every week on Wednesday, wherever podcasts are played.
Oh my God. Okay, great. You the aliens are not coming, they're going to destroy the earth because of that.
Oh, because of that specifically? Oh, okay.
Yes, 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 but you did a good job.
Mhm.
And on today's episode, we are celebrating the Marcus. Did you know that what we're currently doing, what we are
Mhm.
currently recording for the world to
Mhm.
see, with your messy
Mhm.
bed, is a 100 recording episode of Black Geek Energy. Did you know that?
Woo! Let's go, baby.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Not me. I'm just
Really?
nah. I knew we would make it to 100 episodes when we made it to 50 episodes.
Okay.
Like I was like, oh, like we made it to 50, we definitely gonna hit 100.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think because I was like, um, 100 episodes ago, before Lorante introduced us together, I was like, who is this guy DeMarcus? And he isn't gonna want to be on the podcast, and you know, he is too busy. He's in
So,
California.
so if I had not been on the podcast, how many episodes do you think you and Lorente would have done yourself?
When did Lorante quit? That would have been it.
Year one.
Yeah, year one.
He quit in episode. I'm surprised we're only hitting episode. Oh, I guess we take out 4 episodes per year. So,
Take out 4 episodes a year.
because we take a month off every year.
Yeah, yeah, we take a
Yeah.
month. Yeah.
So.
So the first season we recorded like 43
Mm.
and 41. The next season we recorded 47. And this is our
Hmm.
12th episode of the third season. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think Lorente quit around episode like 35.
and then it was just us. It was
Hmm.
just us boys. So yeah,
I would love for us to find like a girl that is like into anime to like add in as like our third like
yeah,
co-host.
but getting another co-host it's like not that easy because we have such a dynamic. Like it would have to be somebody that we both know. We can't have a stranger
Yeah, I
on.
mean, I would definitely want it to be somebody that we know, and that's why I think that's what makes it like that's what also makes it tough because like I don't know a lot of women who are into the entire geek diaspora
Yeah.
as we are. Like they
Yeah.
might be into like one thing. Like I've met a lot of women who have like one geekdom that they're into, and it might be Mean Girls, you know.
Yeah.
Like I knew one girl who was like, "Oh, I love Lord of the Rings."
Oh.
You sleepy, Jared?
Yes. Very. You didn't hear my whole spiel at the
Yeah, I did. I
beginning.
did. But I knew one girl who's like, "Oh, I'm really into like Lord of the Rings," but that's about it. Then one girl who's like, "Oh, I love Star Trek," but that's it. And then I've dated like a lot of girls, and like I've started to get them into anime, but like you can't be a novice and then be a host on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like this has to be something that you like.
Like your knowledge is like the level of knowledge that we needed for what's to offset my knowledge, which I
Mm,
do a lot more than you, but you can give enough to be the color commentary and
mm.
still ask
I feel
the
like I just know.
questions that they would need.
I feel like I'll just relate to the material differently than you do.
Mm. Mm. Can you expand on that, please?
Sure, sure. I think you like to get down into like the facts and I like to get into like how this makes people feel or like what are the underlying themes of this thing. Like, how are the characters feeling? What are they thinking? What are they going through? Why are they making the decisions that they made? You know, not breaking the fourth wall, whatever the opposite of breaking the fourth wall is. Like, imagine these were like real people, and this is like really happening to them.
Hmm.
Because I look at his art, and art is meant to make you feel something.
Oh, okay. Cool. Um, but the Marcus, do you have any favorite on air or off air um experiences with Black Geek Energy?
One of my favorites is the live episode that we did in Atlanta. And when I say live, I mean we just recorded it live.
Hmm.
So that was one of my favorite things. I also really like the D&D stuff that we do. Um, I want us to start doing like and I guess these are not strictly like Black Geek Energy dinners, but it was like we recorded an episode. I think the first time I came home after we started the podcast, like we recorded an episode and then we all had dinner together with some of our friends. So that was really fun.
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
like I like getting other people involved in the show besides us.
Oh,
And then some of the interviews that we've done have been really dope. Like those are some of the interview like when we get to interview somebody like really interesting or maybe not even really interesting. That's not really what I want to say here. When we get to interview someone who's really fun and who's really engaged in the diaspora the way we are.
hmm.
Like when we get to interview somebody, we can say like, "Would you top or bottom for your dragon?" Like that's really like I think that's a fun like that's like some of the most fun I
Yeah, that question
have.
was crazy. Didn't we just say that on our first episode? Wasn't that our first
I don't think that was
episode?
on our first episode. I think, but I do remember it was in like I think that was just like a question we asked in an episode.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I asked that question to Loranta in
hmm
one either our first one or our third one.
hmm
And then when we were interviewing Ben Corey, and you sent me
hmm
a text that said, "I think you were top of bottom for the dragon." I was like, okay.
That thing that I did.
Yes, you said that
Yeah.
during the interview, during the 17 questions, you were like, "I think you were top of bottom for the dragon." I was like,
Yeah,
okay.
so he seemed like, but Ben seemed very very fun. Like he seemed like that question wouldn't offend him, and that he would like just roll with it.
Yeah, and his answer was very fun. But
Hmm
yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite moments.
but I wouldn't ask that question to Kevin Greavious.
No. No.
You know.
God, no.
But I feel like what would be more hilarious if he's like listen to this episode, he'd be like, they could have asked me that question. I would have
I
loved that question.
know. But one thing I do know, Kevin Greaves does not listen to this podcast. He
Good.
does not. He is too busy. He is too
That's
busy.
what we think. And then, somebody walk up to us and be like, "Oh yeah, I listen to your podcast like every week." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, that happened to me actually like a few weeks ago. Um,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was in a Discord group and promoting the podcast, and
hmm
somebody said, "Oh my God, you do Black Geek Energy? I love that podcast so much."
Are you sharing
And
it though?
what you say?
I said, are they sharing it?
Is that no. They started sharing our
Clips,
spill.
Instagram.
And once they shared us on spill, we got a lot of hits on spill. So
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will talk more about that person and some fun projects I'm doing in the
Mm,
future
okay.
with somebody who listens to Black Geek Energy.
Oh, nice.
So
Look at our fandom expanding.
I
What do
know.
we call our fans?
That's what I was just about to ask you. What are they called?
Because I don't want to. I mean, because I don't want to. I don't want to like Black Geeks is right there, but it's low hanging fruit.
Yeah, it's really low.
Yeah, and I think we can do better. I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Um, yeah, and I don't want to like I know we have. non-black fans, and I don't want to you know, I don't want to push them to the side with in the name, you know. However, we refer to our fans collectively.
Okay.
But
Well, we'll just have to think about that. I was thinking about that the other day. Like, what do we call our fans? But child, we just got 4 people on our Patreon, so
I mean, they can have a different name. If you subscribe to the Patreon, you can be called something else. But
yeah,
what do we call the general fans?
yeah. We will. We'll find that out later. Once we get to 10, I'll start thinking more heavily on it. But DeMarcus, yeah, it's been 100 episodes.
Hmm.
Do you think that realistically we can do 100 more?
Mm, I don't know, Jared. I don't know. Like I was confident in the 100. I'm not sure about about 200. Because it took us what 3 years to get to get to 100 episodes. So it would take us like another, well, let's say two and a quarter. So it'll take another like 2.25 years. So we'll be at 200 episodes at year five.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
And why are you so
I
hesitant?
don't know because like Jared, like low key, I'm tired, bro. I'm tired. I'm tired. Sometimes I'll be like, man, I wish I didn't have to do this podcast on Sunday, and I could just have my whole Sunday to do whatever I want.
I didn't
Yeah.
know you felt like that.
Some days I'll be like, hey, some days I'll be like, I don't want to do it, but I show up bright eyed and bushy tailed, ready to record.
I did not know you felt that way. This is all new information to me.
What? So you be gung ho every day, even today when you haven't gotten any sleep and your sleep schedule been all off.
This is usually the highlight of my week.
Really? It's usually the highlight of your week.
Yes.
But
Because
sometimes it's
I get to talk to somebody. I don't talk to
Mhm.
people, and I get to talk about stuff that I like.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy it too. A lot of times after I do it, I'm like, that was really fun. I'm glad I did it. I had a really good time. I think year one, it was definitely like one of the highlights of my week. Year two, I would say it was still about that way, or like maybe halfway through year two, and then or like half of year two was like that, and then the other half is like, all right, this is starting to feel like a job, and mostly because like other parts of my life also got heavy. Like my actual job is like sometimes a lot of work, and then like, yeah, and then I'm like, and then like the weekend comes like, oh, I can finally relax, and it's like, oh, my weekend is only one day long for real because I got to work on Sunday.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, that wasn't the goal. Is there anything that could make it better for you?
Uh, I mean, it is a commitment, Jerry. I don't because the issue is like I want my whole. It's like sometimes I want my whole Sunday, and like there's no way to do this, and especially with like we've gotten like more we've like started doing more stuff with it, and it's great. Like don't get me wrong here, like I love Black Geek Energy and I love doing it. Like I love that we have the D&D stuff going on now. I want to get like our board, I want to get our like our digital board games going for the Patreon. um and all of this is just requiring more from you, from me. We're doing video now. And it's like at a certain point, I only have so much to give. You know what I'm saying, Jared?
Yeah. So I feel like if Lorenta were here, you would be, happy to talk. So do we need to look for another third co-host for
That's
this one?
not. I don't think that would be the case. I feel like even if Ronte was still here, I would still. I still will get to a point where it's like, all right, I'm getting tired. Which is why I'm so. Which is why I'm always like, oh no, we need this month break every year, so I don't burn myself out.
Do we need to do more breaks like that?
I don't think so. I don't think. I mean, I thought about like, ooh, maybe there's like a summer break and a winter break, but then I don't want us to like lose all of our momentum. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I mean, I'll think about it some more because maybe like changing the pace of the podcast might help.
Well, please do think about it some more because I am
Hmm.
interested to hear what can make this a better experience for everybody. Because, as I said, this is a highlight of my week,
Hmm.
but um, like I can't wait to talk about the stuff that we have to talk about and record. But I didn't know that it was like a chore for you.
I didn't say it was a chore; it's a job.
Well, I didn't know it was a job for you. I don't think of it as a job, but
Mm. But it is a job, Jared. We
I
gotta
mean,
like we have commitments to meet,
I mean,
and especially now that we interview with IGN, you know. uh we had a little interview with we had a chat with them, like if we want to make moves like that, we have to like double down on our commitments and really try to get these numbers up.
yeah, I definitely know that it's a job. I mean, I do everything for it.
Yeah, like I'm surprised like you're not saying like, oh, it's a job for you.
No, it's not like a job, but like, and I like that we talked to IGN. I have to email them back because they still haven't responded. But I like that we responded or emailed or talked to IGN, but I'm not really concerned too much with that
Hmm.
because if the IGN thing goes through, then it'll be more like a job for you. Because
Yeah.
then we couldn't take off. Like IGN only takes off for 2 weeks.
Do that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
I mean,
we
I feel like that's something we can negotiate. I don't feel like it'll be like, oh, y'all gotta record. It's like you can't make me do nothing.
yeah, but still. And then I don't want you to feel like it's a burden to be here because I would rather just talk to you and record it for everybody than have
Hmm.
that corporate backing.
Hmm.
So like yeah, I would just rather because I'm sure IGN would have a lot of notes and they would have a lot of things to say and you would have to be
Yeah.
constantly checking and
I would be
yeah.
down. I mean, like, I would love to have like a corporate backing, even if not a corporate backing. I would love to have like someone who does sort of like the production for us. And I think we talked about this before after that interview. Like, even if we don't get like a corporate production person, even if we got like an individual production person, like someone who just like does a little bit more of like the administrative stuff. So on Sunday when Sunday shows up, like we just check the notes and we jump on and record, and we don't have to do as much of like the keeping the timeline straight, knowing what we're talking about today. Maybe even if they do like a little bit of research, for an episode or something like that. Like not to stop us from doing our own research and our own preparation, but just like giving us a starting point.
Yes.
Just like someone to take some of the load off our plate so that this can feel more like year one, where it's just like we just show up and talk, versus like now where it's like, all right, it's an entire production because it's getting better, but in order to get better, we got to put more work into it.
I mean, year one, I was still doing that heavy because, like, year one episode where Professor's like, Xavier, I had to get those notes and those comics and
Hmm.
make
Hmm.
sure that everything was right. And, year one, I was doing um lists and my things on Batman and James Gunn and
Hmm.
A24. Like, there were lots of notes that I still did, but yeah, are you? Because like, do you do are you overly preparing for this podcast?
I don't think I'm overly preparing now, but I do like I'll take notes. I like write stuff down in my little book here. Like I got pages of stuff going on. I look stuff up beforehand. Um, yeah, and there's stuff like I go see it because like, oh, like like this movie's coming out. Like I might not really want to see it, but I'm gonna go see it so we can talk about it on the pod. Excuse me.
Really?
Hmm.
So, there are movies that you didn't really want to see
Hmm.
that you see. Like what type of movies have that been?
Oh man, that's a good question. Like the Marvels. I didn't really want to see the Marvels, but I was like, oh, but this would be interesting to talk about on the pod. So let me go see it.
Because you knew I would see it.
No, because I was like, I didn't want to, I didn't want to see the Marvels, but I wanted to be able to talk about the Marvels on the podcast. So I went and saw the Marvels.
Why did you want to see the Marvels though? That was a good movie.
Why did I not want to see it?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
feel
you
like we
don't
talked
like
about this.
Kamala.
I don't like Kamala Khan. Yeah, no. Like I don't like her as a character, you know. And my whole issue with her as a character is that she has not even been out that long and she gets a retcon every time she shows up. Like they don't know what they want to do with her and it shows to me.
So you've seen movies that you didn't want to see to talk about on the pod.
Hmm.
Um, but when I asked you to see a movie that you
I
don't
knew
want
you
to
was gonna
see,
go here. I knew you was gonna bring this shit
when
back up.
I asked you to go see a movie that you don't want to see, you're not going to see it, even though I say you don't have to see the whole movie.
Well, Jerry, I think
So,
the difference here
so
is
hold on. Let me finish my statement, Demarcus,
I thought you was done.
because
My
you
bad.
always, you just confuse me so much.
Hmm.
I
I'm
just,
very,
I just want to know right here, right now, what is the difference between me asking you to consume something so we can talk about it on the podcast again and again and again and again, and you just doing something? I don't ask you for much. I don't ask you for much. And the things that you say you're going to do that you end up not doing, and I have to put on extra stuff for me, it's like I don't even complain about it. I just get to work with it. So all I asked you to do was spend 15 minutes of you in front of Tubi watching this free movie, and you don't even do it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. I just said watch it until the good part happens, and then you can turn it off. And then you're like, my description of it is bad. I'm like, well, I cannot tell you what happens once they leave the store to to buy the coffee table. I can't. That tells the whole movie. I'm done.
ready for my response, or did you just want to rant and I don't need to respond? I'm
No,
also.
you can respond.
Do I need to respond?
Why wouldn't you want to respond?
I mean, because we've been through this.
We've been through this on this episode. So
So you want me to respond?
yes, I want you to tell me
All right.
why are you so mean to me? Because now it's just like bullying.
Now you're asking a different question.
No, it's the same question. Why are you so mean to me,
Not
Demarcus?
mean to you. But if the answer to the question, why don't I want to uh Hobble House Coffee Table? Um, because I don't want to, and I don't because like I said, if you listen to what I said about the Marvels, I didn't want to see the Marvels, but I wanted to be able to talk about the Marvels on the show. Um, I don't want to see Coffee Table, and I don't really care to talk about Coffee Table on the show. You already talked about Coffee Table. You said
I
you told us plenty.
I didn't tell you anything about it. I
You
told you the
told,
description. That's
yeah,
all that
you told us plenty about
that's
Coffee
not the
Table.
basis of the movie. That's not the basis of the movie.
You told me plenty about Coffee Table.
I told you nothing about Coffee Table.
Okay.
It's not the basis of the
Then,
movie.
then
It's
tell
not
us
the
about Coffee Table,
I
and maybe I
can't
want to
because I
see it.
can't ruin it, Demarcus. After the first
Jared,
15 minutes, Demarcus, what are you doing? Do you want me to spoil the movie for you for everybody?
yes, that's what I want. I want you to spoil it.
Demarcus, then you're not gonna see it.
That's not how I work. If you tell me something, if you tell me about a show and spoil it, and I'm like, "Ooh, that sounds good," I'm gonna go see it. But
The
if you tell me,
Marcus,
and it's a horror movie, right? It's like
it's
one of
a
the horror
no, no,
things.
no. It's not horror. It's not horror. It's
What is it?
not horror. It's not horror. It is a drama. It's really dramatic because it takes place in somebody's. It's not thriller. It's not horror, but something happens, and
What, the coffee table rate?
I can't tell
Like
you.
Scarlett Takes a Tumble? You remember that video?
Of course, I remember that video. But DeMarcus, I cannot tell you what happens in the movie because the feeling that I felt when the thing happens is what I want you to feel. That's the joy of watching a movie without spoilers.
Hmm.
That's what I think that you should be able to feel. And that's all that I actually. Do you want to watch it together on the Patreon?
I guess.
Yes.
Yes, true.
Okay. And so we will watch the first 15 minutes of the movie together on the Patreon today. That's what
Mhm.
we're doing on Patreon.
Okay. And I'm gonna talk through it. So it's
Okay.
fun for everybody.
Okay. Okay. Um, okay, good. So now we have to hurry up and get off of this so we can get to that.
Really? Oh, they be rushing us. Okay. I
All
do want
right.
to do like an anime check-in, like how have your anime, because we're really close to the next season of anime. I think it's gonna
Very
start
close.
next
And
week.
this next season is going to be an amazing season. All I'm watching is Sakamoto Days, Solo Leveling, and ReZero. I'm not watching none of the other stuff.
Shut the front door. That's it.
And Shangri-La?
Wait. You talking about next season? That's all you're gonna watch.
No, I'm watching a
Mm.
ton of stuff next season. I don't
Shangri-La
even.
Frontier is over. Shangri-La Frontier is not airing this season, is it? Have I
Yes,
been asleep this whole time?
they're at the underwater part, the upside down underwater part.
Oh shit! I have not been watching Shangri-La Frontier this whole season. I don't know. I don't know it was airing this season.
Yes,
That's crazy.
yes,
That's nothing futs.
yes. But this next, I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm watching tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of anime next season.
That's insane. I'm so upset. I gotta binge Shangri-La Frontier this weekend or for the rest of the day.
Yeah. No,
All
there's
within a
like
fucking
20
month.
episodes out, Demarcus, from last
That's
season.
nuts. Cause I see it here. I saw it like featured or whatever. Hold on. Let me look at this motherfucker. Oh. I see. It wasn't like a new season. It just continued with
Yeah, they
season.
discontinued.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah,
And it's like 12 fucking episodes, dog.
yeah,
No, it's only like seven.
yeah. But yeah,
Nine episodes.
I I'm not watching nothing this season, but next season's gonna be crazy, and we gotta add that to the schedule. But I'm so ready for next season. So many amazing
Mhm.
things are coming out.
So all you're watching is Shangri-La Frontier,
Yes,
ReZero,
mm-hmm.
and Sakamoto Days,
And Solo Leveling.
and Solo Leveling. No Blue Exorcist?
No.
Oh. Blue Exorcist is pretty good this season.
Um, are
This
you
season, oh, sorry, go ahead.
are you watching? No, go ahead. What you were saying?
I'll say this season has not been as disappointing as last season, but
Oh, this
it
season is much more disappointing than last season.
no, I think last season was much more dry than this one. Like this one has some stuff that I could lock into. Cause Aishara is pretty good. Yeah. Cause I
That's
think
the only thing.
last season I had no like the ones you said, like well Solo Leveling, I'm sure Shangri-La Frontier is amazing. Blue Exorcist, Aishara, Sakamoto Days. Like there's been a few things that I've been watching this season that I've been like, okay, I'm with it.
We'll talk
The
about that on our anime
Magic
rant
Maker has
episode.
been Magic Maker low key done got good. Like it started out pretty slow, but like toward the end, like this demon vampire dude show up.
Well, we gotta talk about it on the wrap up of the winter season, but
Mm,
I'm not. I'm just excited for spring.
mm.
Um,
Well,
oh,
okay.
are you watching Daredevil?
I've watched like the first episode. Yeah, it's not bad. It's giving me first season one Daredevil tingles.
Well, you just seen the first episode.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
the
when
miss.
Fisk and Matt Murdock started talking, and it was and they like, oh, you ain't doing your vigilante shit no more.
Yeah. All right, Demarcus. Let's answer some questions. Let me
I have
see
a
if I can.
question.
Yes.
Let me find it. It's saved somewhere. Okie dokie.
Uh-oh.
uh, hold on.
About to ask me a sexual question.
Who?
A sexual question.
Do you want it to not be a sexual question?
I want you. I'm game for anything, Demarcus.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do this one.
Oh no.
All right, great. There we go. All right. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh no. I didn't like copy it down. Hold on. Oh, what's wrong with this thing? Okay. You ready? And this one comes from Tawana Monique on Instagram.
Yeah.
Tawana underscore Monique. If you know, if you've ever seen her stuff, she'd want to be like when she be talking, she be coughing.
Y'all we heads coughing a lot.
Now she don't I don't know her like that. She doesn't
Okay.
smoke weed when she does her things. But anyway, we met at a club.
Oh no.
One night stand turned into dating for a year. He never spends money on me. All I get from him is sex. I've seen him spend money on his mother. He was watching TV in my house when his female friend texted that she needed help buying a new car engine, and he sent her $300 cash out. A few days later, I texted him my light bill and told him my lights may get cut off if I don't make a payment. He sent me a link to a YouTube video about how to survive without electricity.
Okay.
The sex is top tier, so I don't want to get rid of him. So how do I make him meet my financial needs, Jared? My financial needs specifically.
Demarcus,
Because the physical needs are met. The physical needs, the physical needs, those ends are overlapping.
mm,
Now we just trying to make the financial ends meet.
Demarcus, the thing about the Bush's No Child Left Behind is it has made
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it
What does
has
that have to do with anything?
it
I'm gonna
has made the generation of children come on the internet with no shame,
mm,
just openly broke, just openly money hungry, just openly trying to make somebody pay for something that they are capable of paying for themselves. You
mm-hmm,
have a woman who, because she even has a light bill, she has been able to pay it in the past,
mm-hmm,
and there has been a deposit on it, and
mm-hmm,
there's a house or apartment attached to this light bill, and there are things in that house or apartment that require lights.
mm-hmm,
So having another entity come in and pay for your stuff, that should be a extra, not a necessity. But
mm-hmm.
you are saying that this man is providing you with what you need, and are they in a relationship?
Nah, that's not what it say.
Exactly. So they're not in a relationship. He's
Oh,
just,
they've been dating for a year.
but it's no relationship or
They did not say that things are official or that they are boyfriend, girlfriend, or otherwise in a serious committed relationship.
okay. So going to Hardee's every week isn't really a relationship, but you cannot rely on him to
Why you say Hardee's? They got the meat.
because well, I thought that was Arby's.
Hardee's, Arby's, they the same thing.
No, they're not.
Isn't no Carl's Jr. is the thing. Okay, my bad.
So it's okay. So I'm just not understanding why you can come on the internet, Tawanda, and just be openly.
Wait. Tawana Monique is the person that asked this question on Instagram. This is not her question specifically.
Oh, okay. So, um,
So the
whoever.
person did not reveal themselves. This is what actually. Oh, never mind. The
So
person did
who.
not reveal themselves.
So whoever it is, I am just baffled at this generation that has come out after Bush's No Child Left Behind because y'all have no shame. Now, if the relationship stipulations were set at the front, you need to dick me down and you need to give me money,
Uh-huh.
that would be better. Then I would be on his behind for not, you know,
Mm-hmm.
answering or
Now holding
being
up his end of the bargain.
hold his end of the bargain. If y'all were in a relationship where it calls for him to give a little bit more, I would be on his behind for not answering any of his bargain. And if y'all were married, I'd be on his behind. But y'all have nothing holding you together, no children, no anything. Y'all just have happy memories, and you have the most extra happy memories because you are getting dicked down and you are leaving with a smile on your face. So it's just not fair.
Mm-hmm.
Why does he have to dick you down, make you smile, and then turn around and then pay your light bills? I don't think that's
Mm-hmm.
fair. And that's not a reasonable request for anybody.
Because
So I'm
this
sorry.
dick ain't free.
Yeah.
Let him know, Jared.
I
Let
mean,
him.
it's not free, but as a service, I'm not going to give you my energy, time, emotion, and endurance and then pay you for it.
Endurance, stamina, and pay you after the fact. Nah, dog. Nah, dog.
Yeah, so that's just an X for me. What about you, Demarcus?
No, I agree with you with a lot of what you said, Jared. Um, especially like that this wasn't a requirement at the start. So, once you see, because let me just go back here. He never spends money on me. So, I think what has happened to me in my personal experience, and what I notice happens, or what I have heard happens with a lot of women in dating situations, is that they there's no conversation about like, hey, this is no longer like, hey, this has gone from us just kicking it, just hanging out, just hooking up, to now this is like going toward a relationship for me, and I will have different expectations. That conversation never happened. It sounds like that conversation never happened here. And I oftentimes I think women will change their expectations, you know, change the rules of engagement without saying, "Hey, things are changing." Um, and the worst parts of me are like, oh, they do it that way on purpose because they know if they said it outright, the dude will be out of there. Um, and the best parts of me is just like, look, they are just enjoying their time with this person, and they believe that the other person's feelings are growing just as their feelings are growing, and that maybe it just has not occurred to them that they are in a different place now. Either way, the conversation needs to happen. Like if you like all of this innuendo, all this like, oh, I saw I saw him give his mama money, I saw him get his best friend money, and so I'm just gonna try to ask him for money. No, have a conversation with that man. Like I'm all about communication at this point in my life. If you want something from somebody that they're not giving, talk to them about it. Say, hey, I want something from you. I want something different from you than what I've been getting. Don't just like spring shit on them. I hate that, especially when it's money. Ugh. Um, I think men feel about being asked for money the same way women feel about being asked can somebody have sex with them. It's just like an instant turn off.
Okay. So yeah, that was this episode of Black Geek Energy. 100 episodes, Demarcus. Who the dunk?
Hmm.
And you may not see it for 200, but I'm
Yeah,
definitely
Jared, do you
wishing
see us making
for
it
it.
to 200 episodes? Do you see that in our future?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
I definitely see it. I see it's going all the way to 1,000
Mm,
because, you know, I
that
think that our conversations are
a
very
rack.
important, and we um we provide a service, but most importantly, um besides all the stuff that we do, besides um the stuff that we talk about, we we have a friendship, and
We do.
talking to these people, to you, most of all, has been a great part in my friendship. And honestly, it has been a part that's kept me going through my troubling times.
Mm.
So I would like to thank you for this, for having this podcast on me for 100, and um, just know that you have been needed for everything that I have been going through lately. So yes,
Mm.
thank you for dealing with me and all that good stuff.
Oh, Jared. Of course, man. I enjoy this podcast too. Like I don't, like I said earlier, I don't want it to seem like I don't enjoy this, like I don't look forward to it. It's just, it is more work. And I'm, like in this time in my life right now, I got a lot of work going on, and I only got so much me to give.
All right. So yeah. DeMarcus, any
Did
final
we do the
words?
BGA out already? Damn. Oh
No,
no.
no, I was about to say any
I'm
final
gonna
words.
say.
But you can email your questions to blackgeekenergy@gmail.com. You can follow us on social media at Instagram, Black Geek Energy, Facebook, Black Geek Energy, Bluesky, Black Geek Energy, TikTok, Black Geek Energy, YouTube, Black Geek Energy, Twitch, Black Geek Energy, Threads, Black Geek Energy, Twitter, BG_pod, and DeMarcus. Our Patreon is only $3 a month, like
10 cents a
DeMarcus.
day.
You don't even have to think about $3 a month,
Exactly. You ain't got to
really.
think about a dime a day either. You could find a dime a day on the street if you take the bus everywhere. Matter of fact, even if you drive everywhere, you can find a dime in your car every day. I
Exactly.
guarantee it.
Exactly. Exactly. And today you are finally going to watch The Coffee Table, at least the first 15 minutes of it.
At least the first 15 minutes.
And the first 15 minutes, I think that may be too long. I think that may go after the thing that
Hmm.
happens, but we will shut it off after the thing that happens on it.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, any final words?
Mm, yo, 100 episodes, man. This is an achievement. 3 years, 100 episodes. Black Geek Energy. Yeah, we here.
Yes, 100 episodes of Black Geek Energy. Everybody sees that on the title card. Thank you so much for those inspiring words to Marcus. Anyways, um, BGE out.
BGE out.